When my husband died in February of 2015, and our daughter was 14 months old, and I was disabled, unable to work. I didn't know what we were going to do. God kept us in our home for 3 years without paying any mortgage or any taxes or any insurance. And then we would go on to move 5 more times, once out of the house in 2018, and then in 2020 back to Pennsylvania, and then from Pennsylvania back to Dallas. This is the miracle that Yah did.
You could actually put a mud bench right here, Tasha. And the trash drawer. And all these are soft. There you go, you have the caps for the lights there. 8-foot island. Laundry room. Coming in here, you've got the speakers. 4-plug. Look out back, you have the blinds on the door. You have the speakers out here too. Outdoor plug. Pre-wire for a TV up there. Very nice size backyard. You actually could put a pool back here too. You wanted to.
Hi, it's Jobish. I'm going to press pause on that part 2 of my testimony, but this is a testimony about how Yahweh purchased my daughter and I our very own brand new built home and moved us across the country in 5 weeks. 5 weeks, and moved us back to the DFW area. And we had been waiting since my dad passed away in 2022. I thought we would be leaving to come back here by January of 2022-23. I thought that during my daughter's Christmas break that we would leave then, but then I knew that I wasn't supposed to for some reason. And then I got a phone call making sure that we knew not to make a move. I have a Kingdom Helper pastor and his wife that are definitely on the same wavelength. They hear when I don't hear. So I knew, though, to be still, but I could still to pack, purge, organize is what I heard. But not knowing that after grief counseling that we would be hit with severe demonic attacks that did not end until November of 2023. And then after that was over, we faced some issues with my daughter's imaginary friends, which is a whole nother thing that we must talk about in one of these videos. So from January until November, I just was look on Zillow at apartments, pretty much in the Dallas area from, I would say, downtown, shooting up north all the way to probably Frisco, but straight up, a straight path north, okay, to look at apartments. I thought I would want a house, but then I was like, I don't want to be by myself and have a house and the maintenance, and I'm disabled, and it's just me and Lear. It was too much. So fast forward that I thought that we could probably leave this December. Well, I actually thought that we could leave that summer of 2023, but God had other plans for us because we had never been on a real vacation before, my daughter and I. And this is another story too, but he sent us to Hawaii and paid for the trip, and not only paid for it, but gave us money back, but like went Big Willie style, like what he did for us in Hawaii. And it all boils down to, if you have I noticed this happened to me twice where I could have snapped out and I didn't, but having the fruits of the Spirit, having that patience and having that trust and faith in him pays off when he's ready to move and that happens. It is a wondrous, miraculous thing that I've experienced more than once here now, that I noticed that when I asked for the fruit of the Spirit to reside, for the Holy Spirit to reside in me and give me the fruit of the Spirit of patience and self-control, and not to be angry. Oh my goodness, the benefits of that, the blessings that come with that. Oh my goodness, you guys. So that's another story. So we did not move in the summer of 2023. I'm thinking, okay, here we go. We can move during Christmas break of 2023, 2024, December and January. But November, when I went to go on Zillow, for some reason, Zillow, when you go on Zillow, you go back and you could see exactly the last place that you were, and the filters that you set are still there, and it wasn't set anymore to rent. It was set to buy. And it was set, and my cursor was not in the area. It was over to the east part of the Metroplex, in a small town. And so I knew right away that was God, because it just was like, and there was all these brand new built homes there. I knew what he was telling me. I also heard him tell me that he wanted me to hire my friend Teresa as my realtor, and he wanted to make her a witness to what he was about to do. Okay, so I called Teresa, and Teresa is a realtor, but she's also the wife of Grammy-winning producer S1. I have to tell it. And so she's very busy. She's a manager for him, plus she sells homes. Like, this girl is always on 10. So I tell her that I wanted to bring a house in this area, and I told her that I needed someone that built this home already. And after they built it, they abandoned ship. Like, they backed out of their contract, okay? And I was like, but I want all the bells and whistles. And they marked it down because, they had it up for a while. And they just need to get rid of it because it was already built by someone specifically for their liking. And she says to me, that doesn't happen. Okay, so fast forward to January 2024 now. And she already set me up with someone, a lender and everything. And the break was over for Christmas. And I remember calling her on the 21st of January and telling her, Teresa, I was like, we're not going to, I guess we're just not gonna, we'll just build something from scratch, and then it'll be ready by the time school's out, and then we can have everything we want in the home, and then we won't be rushed. And as I'm saying this, I look down at my iPad on Zillow, and I see this house pop up that wasn't there before. And I look, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And I tell her, I was like, you gotta go down there and see that. So she leaves, goes to see this place, takes video of it. And I said, I want it, right? And so she tells the guy from the model home that I want it. And then, okay, we start the paperwork. And I'm like, I can't believe this is happening. And I'm ready, waiting for the other shoe to drop, but I'm not. Like, I just think that, okay, this is like going so well and so easy, and so like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm like, okay. And, oh goodness, my thing keeps falling. Okay, so then, there, I better, yeah, sorry. So then I get to about the 6th of February, And I realized I'm almost done with this process here. And they're like, oh yeah, you can probably close by like the 26th or so of February. I'm like, this February? And I remember my lender coming back to me and saying, I have never seen anything like this before, because when it went to what's it called when it goes to underwriting or whatever, they come back with a list of things that you need. There was 3 things on my list, you guys. She's like, I go, well, how many do people normally have? And she's like, about 20. And she said, and not that you just have 3, but one of those is that you need homeowners insurance, which is a given. She goes, I've never seen anything like this. I was like, come on now, you Howard, come on with it. So not only that, I went to look at the video that she had sent me at the very beginning of the house. I just wanted to look at it again. Something told me to look at it. Well, it's probably the Holy Spirit. And so then I remember opening up really big the address on the house. I'm like, I thought it was such and such, such and such. And I looked at the paperwork and I'm like, okay, what I gave her, what I just signed for, the paperwork I just signed for, I'm moving in 2 weeks, mind you. The paperwork I just signed for and whatever I sent her are 2 different addresses. This girl has a whole asthma attack on the ground. She's like, I cannot believe that I went to the wrong place. So here it is. I'm about to buy a house I've never seen. I'm literally going to be moving there in 2 weeks. I was packing. I had to make arrangements for a moving truck, for my car, for flights, for hotels to get from our flight, like for rental cars. Like it was so much stuff to do, but we did it. And so, but she went into this place that I sent her, which was not the same place. It was like 7 houses down the street. And she was so upset. I was like, Holy Spirit, because this is my friend, this is my sister friend, right? Give me the fruit of the Spirit. I was like, just show me the house. And as she began to walk through this house, I was like, oh my God, the backsplash matches all my stuff. Oh my goodness, look. This house was already built by somebody. They put in thousands of dollar upgrade on the floor in the laundry room. The backsplash was specially done. There are Bose speakers in all of the ceiling of my living room and outside on my porch. The shower has an upgrade. I think it's a $15,000 or $20,000 upgrade. My shower is like, it's just like I told her that I wanted to upgrade. Somebody abandoned it at the last minute, and that's what happened. And I was like, I told you that's what God said. I told you, and you said no. He has the final say. God has the final say every time. So my daughter and I moved across the country. God also did not allow us to tell anybody that we were leaving. The last minute, my cousin who lived next door, of course, she finds out because she sees that we're like the day that we're leaving, days before we're leaving. And my aunt, but I try to tell my family, my immediate family, and they weren't hearing me. But God just was like, just go and don't try to tell them anymore. So that's what we did. I was obedient. And so we didn't tell anybody. We just left, which felt really weird for me. And yeah, we bought God brought us. I have to say God brought us because I don't work. I work for Yahweh. He doesn't, I have to say this, for the people that have lost jobs or are out there looking for other jobs, He will make a way if you're working for Him. Sometimes He just wants you to work for Him. He doesn't want you to work for man because then you don't have time for Him. And if He's called you, He wants you to work for Him. And so it's always like, what will society say if you're not working? Or what will society say if you're not going to church? And here, God does that. He does that so you can be with Him. and so that he can pour into you, and so that you can work for him, and so that you can do what he wants you to do for your purpose. It might just be for a small amount of time, but sometimes he just does that. But because I've been sick for so long, God just, I've just been working for God. I spend my whole day with him. And I feel like I've been in, because I'm a permanent student, I have so many degrees, I feel like it's just him being my professor now. And like I'm taking classes from him, I'm taking tests from him, I'm learning from him, I'm doing projects for him, I'm doing assignments for him. Like, yeah, and he pays me in the most amazing, in the most amazing way. So yeah, we moved out here, and our car got here like the next day. Like we got here Sunday, like the 25th of February, and the next day my car got here, and in 2 days all my things were here on the truck already. I was like, what is going on? It was like so too good to be true. But we live in a brand new built home, 2,200 square feet maybe, 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, a garage. It's a brand new neighborhood, good school district. He's just been so good, so faithful. So if you feel that you're supposed to move and God has told you to move, and you think that it doesn't look right, doesn't look normal, doesn't look like it can be done, you got to trust him. Like I was saying, no job. My credit score is not great. I put down a down payment on this house, a couple thousand, just a couple, and they paid it back to me. So I got money back at closing. So that means I paid nothing. I probably paid $70 or $90, I think, and then they gave thousands that I first put down back to me. I qualified for my husband's loan for veterans, right? That they said I would never ever get back after our first home that we had when he died. And so I qualified for that. And now I'm waiting for answers about my taxes to see if I qualify for that. But like, it's like the impossible. That's the God we serve. The impossible God is who we serve. I bought a home, a brand new home for he said that he will, our latter days will be better than our former days. That he'll give back everything that the cankerworm and the gnawing worm, ruined. He would give it, he will restore those things. And the other house that we had was a 3-story, brand new built, beautiful staircase, 4,100 square foot home. But I never went to the second and third floor. Like in the way my body and stuff, like all the pain, and I had a cane, I had a wheelchair. I never went up there. Like once, I remember one time we planned to go up there as a staycation. We went up there for the weekend, my husband and I, as if we went to another place for vacation. Like, but we were still in our house taking a vacation. Yeah. Anyways, I longed for the day I had a 1-story home. Longed for. I have a 1-story home. I could go and wash laundry whenever I want to. I was living in not only 3 stories there, but even when I moved into my townhouse in Pennsylvania, it were 3 stories. My bedroom was on the top, the kitchen and living room on the second, and on the bottom was where my washer and dryer and stuff was. So I hated to go down there. I hated going up and down those stairs like that. Sometimes I just wouldn't go. If I was in pain, I just wouldn't even leave my bed the whole day, and I would not go downstairs at all. And now I don't have to do that. Like, I have a 1-story house, a 1-story, brand new built, brand new everything house, a home. So when you go on our on our Jobish page, and you go to that very first video, and we're staking out our property, we're staking it out. That's the first video. I just didn't feel like I needed to tell that yet. We had just came from a lot of trauma. We went through some demonic attacks, and now God is starting to reveal to me what all those attacks were about. It was multiple things going on there. And yeah, it's some deep stuff. So I don't know when he'll let me release stuff on that, because it's still unfolding even now. But we had just been through so much, and it took me forever to exhale, I feel like, about when we got here. And so the one thing I did want to capture is us dedicating our property back to Yahweh, back to God. And we just wanted to stake the grounds around the perimeter of our home with warfare scriptures, and we anointed the home and inside and out. And so that part I shared, I wanted to share that part, but we had just moved in when that happened. And so, yeah, he's a good, good father. And so if you hear him telling you to move and you're wondering, like, and you're not even trying to hear him because you don't see a way, you don't have to see a way. He'll see a way. Just be open to listen, because you'll never know. There might be a huge, huge blessing in the works for you. Okay, I just had to share that. Yep, we're homeowners. God, he's giving us back everything that we've lost, little by little, so that every time he gives us something, I can relish in the blessing and be grateful. I'm so grateful, because I know only he could do something like this. It's absolutely beautiful. Okay. We're at the very end. We're at the very end. Oh my God, these are beautiful homes. Look at this house.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Look at this one. Oh my goodness, on the end. That's gorgeous. That's our house.
This is our house right here.
Can we park in the car? Where's the park right here? Oh my God, there it is. This is our home. I wanted to say too that to make sure that you knew that when the first day that we saw the house, which was February 27th, 2024, was a day that we closed on the house as well. So we closed and saw the house for the very first time on the same day. And it was just really walking by faith and not by sight, which comes from 2 Corinthians 5 and 7. But I'll read 6 and 7. So then, being always filled with good courage and confident hope, and knowing that while we are at home in the body, we are absent from the Lord. For we walk by faith, not by sight, living our lives in a manner consistent with a confident belief in God's promises. That's exactly what it is. Thanks be to God.